I found this wonderful article called 11 Tips for Location Scouting, and I have the link for you underneath this video. But I think it very nicely just brings a conclusion to the two videos that you just watched. Mainly, one thing that you did here is you really need to know your script. Something that was mentioned in one of the videos is maybe you should already have drawings down, a storyboard, some visual in your head where you know what it is that you're looking for, so you can prepare to find something very specific and go back and give as much detail about the location as you can. And again, it also helps if you can use the same location for different shots. Just turning the camera angle one way versus another way, or redressing that same room for multiple shots. Another thing that was mentioned is make sure that you scout at the right time. Locations vary, the sun varies. This is also why it is very important to take note of the timestamps of when you're at a location, especially outside, just so you know. And really, you should also mark down the month and the day that you're there, as well as the time due to season changes, as well as just the natural rotation of the sun. And also pay attention to noise. Spend a while at your location. Don't just walk through and keep on going and say, "Oh yeah, this will be fine." Well, no, it might not be fine. And again, look at light, natural and artificial. Check your light levels. And follow the sun, number 4, kind of goes along with 2 and 3. Again, there are different challenges when you're shooting inside versus outside. Just pay attention. Check for power supplies. This will also come up again in your panorama assignment. I do require you to take a photo of a power source, because oftentimes you might find this wonderful location and say, yes, this would be great, we're doing this, here are my photos. And then the art team gets there and they're like, where in the world are you expecting us to plug in these lights or plug in our equipment? Or how are we going to have a power source, especially if it's outdoors? Do you need a generator? Or is there existing outlet? Do you need an adapter? And so forth. So power is very important. Listen, this is kind of repeated, but it kind of spells it out a little more detail. Pay attention to the sound around you. Take some video and then play it back to yourself, because while you're there, you may not notice the annoying birds chirping or really how loud that train was going by. Your microphone will pick up little things that you may not notice. And again, examine the elements. If if you need something, if you need a beach umbrella or a patio, again, yeah, video cameras don't like the rain. So if you do need to be near the beach or waterfalls, what do you need to take into consideration? Cold temperature can drain batteries. This is just a lot of little common sense things that in the heat of the moment you forget about. And don't really consider, but it's something that you always need to keep in the back of your mind. Decide where you're going to set up. Again, be as specific as possible. And again, sometimes the location scout can change the overall opinion or final product of what the movie is going to be based off of what the location scout finds, and what they bring back to the art department, what they bring back to the producers, the directors, saying, I know that the script calls for this. A sycamore tree, but in this one location, this maple tree is beautiful. Or with the example of Ghostbusters, there was really no church here, but I think this would be beneficial to the movie, and we can add this one line and tie it all together. Get permission. You did kind of notice that the location scouts did still use their legs. They did walk around, they did knock on doors. It is very important to ask permission if you need to get permits for cemeteries, malls, grocery stores. Please do not think that you can just walk into a cemetery and start taking photos. Please do not think that you can take photos on a train tracks, especially in active train tracks. Just don't do it. You can get into a lot of trouble. There can be injuries, casualties. Just ask permission, contact the right people so you know that you're supposed to be there. Evaluate the area. Number 10, check on communications. Is there cell phone reception? I remember I went out to an area in Utah, and halfway down the road, my cell phone just went out. I had no reception. And I'm like, maybe, this may not be a best area, or if we do use it, we do need to take other things into consideration to compensate for that, especially in case of emergencies. You do need to be able to be close to emergency resources, not only in terms of if someone gets injured, but also restrooms and places to eat, store electronics, and so forth. And finally, number 11, take notes. As I said, take your time, sit down, listen, be as specific as you can, especially if you are planning to use one location for multiple shots. Really write down where things can be placed. And again, this ties back with number 1 of make sure you know your script. And again, I will post this link so you can read this on your own should you wish.